Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what it was like studying in Dundee?
I'm Jaygo Bloom and I work as an artist and I work as a VJ for international rock bands creating visuals for their tours. I studied at Dundee College of Art and Design in 2006. I did the Masters in Moving Imagery and the course was really good and the town is nice and quiet. I got more work done than partying, whereas in my early days at Glasgow School of Art, where I did sculpture, it seemed more to be about the partying than the actual making of the art, which is fun as well, because to be an artist you need to be able to socialise and you need to make networks with lots of people and lots of friends, so both parts are important, I think. It was actually at school, at the Glasgow School of Art, that I met the Franz Ferdinands, and that's how I ended up working with them in the past few years, creating the visuals for their tours. And in Dundee, it's an incredible centre because you've got your arts, your music and your theatre and your writing. It's all together in one place. The DCA works in that way as well, so if you ever have the chance to go to the openings, you find yourself brushing shoulders with writers and with singers. And I think that's a really healthy environment for an artist to be in.
Why did you start using video?
Because coming from a college studying sculpture, everything took so long to make, from like the beginning to the end. As soon as I left college, I didn't have the facilities to do the sculptures that I wanted, and I wanted to pick something up that I could work with immediately. I think it's the immediacy of video that I'm attracted to, and also the fact that you can pick it up and you can work with it in a way that is right for you. There's not a big tradition of video making as there is for painting or for sculpture, which means that you can create and adapt your own technique. You develop your own tradition with it.
How long have you been using video?
For 10 years now, yeah, from the old VHS recorders. It's a different world now where most people have videos, don't they, with your phones. Most people have digital cameras. And I think that the creativity that comes through photography and through video is something that we can all share now as well. So creativity is nothing special. It's a human condition that we all have, but what you do with it is an entirely different matter.
Have you ever used any other media except sculpture and video?
Mostly video and sculpture really, or combinations of, and I've just started drawing a lot more as well. I think it's really important when dealing with video works to have a awareness of space. Even if you're dealing with a two-dimensional space, to think about it in a sort of in a spatial context. I think sculpture develops that, and I think life drawing develops that. So yeah, I do a lot of life drawing.
Have you incorporated the space here at DCA into your work?
3 months ago, when I got told about the show, I created the gallery in 3 dimensions on my computer, and I positioned the sculptures and I positioned the projections, so virtual sculptures, virtual projections in a virtual space. It was all mathematics, but I knew that if I trusted it and if I did my sums correctly, it would all work. When dealing with shapes or sculptures that are bigger than your own studio, it's the only way that you can actually work with as well. And if you don't have access to the space as well, softwares that we have now, the 3D softwares, allow us to map our works into a position before we've even got there. So it's a little bit scary, but if you put the preliminary in, it does actually work.
How much has retro gaming influenced your work?
Retro gaming's really important, actually. I was a terrible game player. I was terrible at playing games. I'm still terrible at playing games, you know. And the early works, a lot of my early works were about game playing for losers, because I felt like I was a loser. So I played with the whole aspect of losing at a game, or a game which you could never win as well, or a game that would do something else than you thought it would do. So just playing around with the old technologies. The good thing about games from the past is that they've got limited colours, they've got limited controls. You go left, you go right, up, down, fire. All of these limited controls and this colour palette are things that as an artist I can draw upon, and I can make them suit my own methods, whereas I don't think I can do that with modern day games because of the amount of variety that's within it. It's an easy system to hack.
Is it a good experience sharing the space with an artist so similar to yourself?
It's interesting, yeah. George Barber's work's really interesting, and I hope I get the opportunity to speak to him more, because we've both been in our own spaces preparing. As you know, it's the day before the show, so yeah, hope to meet up with him soon.